but it feels like you've been around for a while. Do you get that feeling?
It is like normal now to be at Pirate City, at this time of year, which is, especially after the first spring training got banged last year or 2 years ago. And then last year was weird being COVID and stuff. So there's still some new things that we're still learning, but it's really good to be down here and in good weather with everybody again. Everybody's working together, working through things that, everyone's working through in February. So, it's fun to go through those things, with guys, like-minded guys, and just really smart people, honestly, too.
What are you working on?
Oh, everything.
What would you like to take out of this?
So right now, throwing strikes is like a big thing, is just getting everything that I've got in the zone and then, kind of working off from there. So, just being able to throw, all 5 pitches in the zone is a great start. And then, you can go into locating that perfect, away fastball or that down curveball. But, you got to be in the zone with it. And I learned that the hard way last year, where I kind of came in with, I wanted to have really good stuff, but it didn't play as well in the zone. As you saw, earlier in the year, just started walking guys. So that's something that I've consciously, started to work on already, is just, let's be in zone. Let's compete in the zone, make guys, put the ball in play, don't hurt myself, make guys earn it. And that's been going well so far. So I'm proud of how that's came along, and I'm just excited to see live hitting.
I think we touched on this, at the pitching camp, but, reflecting on that first year, do you take maybe some different lessons away compared, a couple more months removed, and now that you've had that camp and more time to just reflect and work on it in off season?
And it's just fun, because when you get out here and you're able to, when you're out here and you're able to go through kind of some of the mistakes again, just be like, I did that already. I already know, that happened last year at some point. So I know kind of what the correction is already, and so those growing pains those failures that I had to work through, now, being earlier in the year, just kind of shaking the rust off, it just feels like it's easier to shake those things off and to move past those things.
So you're eager to make mistakes?
Essentially, because it's like, okay, so yeah, that sucked, but it sucked in a good environment, right? There's no, if Matt Frazier takes me 400 feet, it doesn't matter here. It doesn't go in. No one's going to remember the home run I gave up here. But now I know, okay, that changeup can't be, belt high, or, that fastball can't be left, belt high in. It's got to be up, or it's got to, have some cut to it or whatnot. So, it's an awesome environment to make mistakes. Obviously, I'm not going out there trying to, but when they come up, it's not a bad thing. It's just another thing to get better at, which, along the line, it's just going to make me a better, pitcher, a better teammate, better Pirate. So.
That's some Josh Hopper talk right there.
Oh, yeah. He's gotten in my head.
As far as your slider, when they drafted you, you weren't, I don't think you had it, or maybe you had it just screwing around and catch, and how much has that shot up for you?
It's become a really big pitch for me, and just so it's another hard pitch. It'll be, upper 80s, and when it's at its best, low 90s when I'm throwing hard. And that pitch kind of plays as a cutter, but it's got some depth and some swing and miss. So the more I can develop that, it plays off the fastball well. And like you said, out of high school, I could never throw a slider. Could never figure it out. Yeah. Don't know what it is. And once I got to pro ball, I would watch and be like, oh, you have a good slider. What is that like? I just could never figure it out. And during the COVID summer, when I was home, just was playing around with it with my catcher Drew. It was just like, it's a June day or whatever it was, in Chicago. Let's just throw it. Why not, to hitters? And I started to get swing and miss with it, and then just kept trying to progress it and pretty much create a glove side pitch, because most of my stuff moves arm side. With the 4-seam has a little arm side run, 2-seam arm side, change up arm side, and curveball is pretty much 12-6. So I had nothing to go to my glove side. So that was the whole reason why I wanted that pitch, but now it's developed not into a show glove side pitch. It's a good pitch. So, the more I can develop that, I think it's just going to make my fastballs play better. And then honestly, it's a good pitch off the changeup too, because they kind of separate that way.
How does pitch design work for you? Okay, you mess around, you kind of like some feel around there. How do you refine it? How do you make it something that you feel comfortable throwing in a game?
It's just literally making it as simple as possible. And so I have that pitch for me is going to play best, down the middle of the plate, looking like a fastball until it's not. and so I don't try and oversimplify it, or I don't try and overcomplicate it. So I just, throw it down the middle, let it break, because it's going to break, get off the plate. If I want it more off the plate, I just set my sights a little bit more to the left, and that's not typically a pitch I'll backdoor on purpose, but that could be down the line for sure, is that the ability to do that. But right now I want, that pitch to be in zone for a strike, and then also be able to get a swing and miss, to a righty or back foot to a lefty. That's kind of where I see the pitch being at its best. And then, down the road when I'm, have the ability to backdoor it, I could be an option as well.